All right, let's bring in our Powerhouse panel for this Sunday. Constitutional and civil rights attorney and Newsmax contributor Amir Benno, and Project 21 National Advisory Board member and principal at Red Tail Strategies, Christopher Arps. Do we have the panel? All right, there you are, guys. Good to see you. All right, guys, Saturday Night Live kind of proving the point that maybe the mandates don't really work. Take a listen.
Hello, thank you. I'm Tom Hanks. Thank you, surviving crew members. Tonight, everyone at Saturday Night Live planned to do our big Christmas show and induct a new member into the Five Timers Club, but COVID came early this year. So in the interest of safety, we do not have an audience, and we sent home our cast, most of our crew.
Chris, all these people were vaccinated. I'm assuming a bunch of them were probably boosted. You had to be vaccinated in order to get into the building. Didn't they prove the point that courageous doctors have been making for months, pushing back against Fauci, that the vaccines, while they may have some benefit, they're not the real solution here?
Well, the administration tried to tell us that once vaccines were out, that we could go back to normal, and that if you received a coronavirus, if you got coronavirus, that you wouldn't be hospitalized and everything would be better. That's how it is. I mean, we have to go back to living our lives. We can't be shuttering down the economy and shutting down our lives, Tom.
Yeah, President Biden, to your point, and Fauci continue to use these misleading statements. They've done it all year to get people vaccinated. And again, high-risk people, they should get vaccinated. But, now we could be at a tipping point. The president repeatedly denying the science. Listen to this from a couple of months ago.
The various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Amir, why isn't Twitter flagging that as misinformation? I mean, when you do that, you really lead us nowhere. Why are they so wedded to continuing to say this?
I remember in July when Biden said he declared independence from the virus on July 4th. I mean, none of that has happened. We're seeing news reports now that Fauci and the director of the NIH had emails going back saying we want to shut down these doctors as epidemiologists who issued what's known as the Great Barrington Declaration that said, listen, get vaccines for those, let's protect the infirm and the elderly, but everybody else, let them live their lives, lift these lockdown orders, let them be free, let them develop herd immunity naturally. And said, no, we've got to force the vaccination, we've got to shut everything down. Obviously, it hasn't worked, but they're still pushing this message.
And look, Saturday Night Live, again, just proved the point that if this is your only strategy, it is not going to work. A virus is going to be a virus. You cannot stop it. You have to develop strategies to live with it. All right, guys, what are you watching for this week? It is Sunday. It's the beginning of a new week. It's Christmas week. Chris, you first.
I'll tell you what I'm watching for. There was a bit of a controversy between radio host Charlamagne the God and the vice president over who really runs the administration. I'll be looking next week to see this week, will there be any fallout from the African-American community, and whose side will they choose and side with, Kamala Harris or Charlamagne the God?
Yeah, he knows how to push buttons, that guy, doesn't he? I mean, push Biden's buttons, he pushed her buttons. And she didn't really have anything to say. She just kept on saying Biden is the president, Biden's the president. She had nothing else to talk about, really. Amir,
and she showed also why a lot of people don't like her during that interview as well.
Again, people expect a substantive answer. Don't just repeat the guy's name 9 times and think that that's going to be enough. Respect the intelligence of the audience. Amir, what are you watching for this week?
Well, getting back to the vaccines, Biden's giving a very urgent speech. He says it's so urgent that he's going to wait till Tuesday to give this national address on Omicron. Which Kamala Harris said that totally blindsided the administration. They were relying on scientists, and they didn't know about Delta. They didn't know about Omicron. I don't know if she's referring to Fauci when she's talking about these scientists who didn't inform them. But I'm interested to see how that plays out. And I'm also interested, obviously, before Christmas, we're going to get a verdict probably on the Kimberly Potter case and the Ghislaine Maxwell case. That's going to be interesting.
You know, it's funny that he's going to do this, as you mentioned, this speech on Tuesday about Omicron. OSHA has now pushed out their vaccine mandate to February. But isn't that supposed to be an emergency as well? Like, how much of a public health emergency could it possibly be if you're now going to wait another month to start enforcement of it? Because the courts have told them they can do it. Just real quick on that, Amir.
You know, I'm just saying everywhere you're seeing it. We're seeing it with the NBA, the NHL, the NFL. They're postponing games, but at the same time, they're relaxing their testing requirements. I mean, there's talk about mixed messages. I don't know how people can interpret what's going on and where the urgency is.
Okay, real quick. I've got 30 seconds. Chris, what's your favorite holiday tradition with your family?
Well, I have to say my favorite holiday tradition is I like to go Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. I love the pressure.
Really?
I love being in the mall around the people and trying to watch the clock run out and trying to get all my gift giving buying done. So that's my personal tradition.
You're crazy, man. All right, favorite holiday tradition, Amir.
I like how you say it because I thought you were going to say Christmas tradition. I'm Jewish, so I'm Christmas tradition. Jews on Christmas go out to eat Chinese food. That's what we do. So I look forward to doing that with my family.
All right. I want to thank our panel. Great stuff, guys. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Christina.
I would never go shopping on Christmas Eve. No. Too much pressure.